Still trying to find out. I'm still trying to figure that out. You know who I am?
Bruce Willis, a name synonymous with action and resilience, has lived a life that's been as riveting as the roles he's played. From a humble beginning in West Germany to becoming one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, Willis has faced immense challenges and celebrated monumental successes. Yet, his journey took a poignant turn when, in 2025, he moved into a care home to manage his declining health, marking a heartbreaking chapter for a man who once shouted over explosions in Die Hard. His journey to stardom was marked by hard work, determination, and overcoming personal demons, all of which helped shape the icon we know today. Early years. A family divided. Bruce Willis was born on March 19, 1955 in Idar Oberstein, West Germany. His early life was shaped by a unique mix of cultures. His father, an American soldier, and his mother, a German native, created an environment that was rich in cultural influences but also challenging in its complexity. As a child, Bruce found himself caught between the strict discipline of American military life and the more traditional customs of Germany. These contrasting worlds would influence Bruce not only in his acting career but also in how he approached the ups and downs of life. In 1957, when Bruce was only 2 years old, his family moved back to the United States, settling in New Jersey. The transition was significant for Bruce, and he quickly felt the alienation that comes from being uprooted. No longer the boy from Germany, he was now an outsider in an American working-class neighborhood. His father worked in metal, and his mother took on banking jobs, which kept the family afloat, but it was still a modest existence. Bruce often felt like he didn't quite belong, a sentiment that would stay with him throughout much of his childhood. A battle with stuttering. Around the age of 6, Bruce developed a stutter that made speaking feel like an enormous challenge. His words became trapped in his throat, and each attempt at conversation turned into a frustrating experience. The stutter wasn't something that everyone noticed, but it deeply affected Bruce's confidence and sense of self. Children at school would tease him, giving him the nickname Buck Buck, which only served to exacerbate his feelings of shame and isolation. The pressure of not being able to communicate easily made him feel more and more like an outsider. By the time Bruce reached 10 years old, school had become a battleground for him, not just academically, but socially as well. He tried his best to avoid speaking in class, often skipping school to steer clear of being called on. In a bid to distract from his speech impediment, he would act out, pulling pranks and making jokes. Despite his attempts to fit in, he couldn't escape the feeling of being different. High school didn't provide any relief either, and it often seemed like the stutter would define him forever. However, at the age of 15, something truly transformative happened. Bruce joined the drama club at school, and when he stepped onto the stage, his stutter disappeared. Suddenly, the words flowed freely, and speaking became an exhilarating experience. Acting gave him an outlet, and it helped him find his voice. It was on the stage that Bruce realized he could be someone else, someone who could express himself without fear. It was the first time in his life that he truly felt heard. From struggle to success, the big leap. As Bruce entered the late 1970s, he decided to make the bold leap to New York City with dreams of becoming an actor. He didn't have much, no money, no contacts, and very little hope, but he had a strong resolve. To support himself, he worked as a bartender, earning tips while auditioning for acting roles in his spare time. The journey was not an easy one. In his first year, Bruce faced rejection after rejection, with over 100 auditions yielding no results. But his persistence never wavered. He believed in himself, even when the industry didn't. By 1977, after years of struggle, Bruce finally landed his first significant role in a play called Heaven and Earth. Though the play didn't bring him financial success, it was a vital step in Bruce's career. It was the start of something bigger, a turning point that would eventually propel him into the limelight. The road ahead remained tough, with many sleepless nights spent crashing on couches or sleeping in cramped apartments. However, Bruce's determination was unwavering. His passion for acting and his refusal to give up kept him pushing forward, even when the odds seemed stacked against him. During these early years, Bruce also forged deep friendships with other aspiring actors, including John Goodman. The two became fast friends and even performed improvised plays for small crowds, building an energy that left their audiences stunned. The raw performances, filled with unpredictability and passion, helped Bruce refine his timing and develop a unique energy that would one day captivate millions of viewers on screen. Bruce didn't just learn how to act, He learned how to connect with people and how to make each moment feel real. These lessons would later become crucial in his transition from theater to film, where authenticity and raw emotion became some of his greatest assets. A breakthrough in Hollywood. In 1985, Bruce's big break came when he auditioned for the role of a wisecracking detective in the TV series Moonlighting. The odds were against him. 3,000 actors vied for the role, including radio stars and trained performers. Despite facing repeated rejections, Bruce returned to audition one final time with a new look, a shaved head, earrings, and a confidence that was impossible to ignore. This time, he nailed it. Moonlighting aired in March 1985 and became a huge hit, catapulting Bruce into stardom. The show's chaotic production, coupled with tensions between Bruce and his co-star Sybil Shepherd, created a pressure cooker environment on set. Despite the behind-the-scenes struggles, Bruce's charm, unpredictability, and comedic timing made the show unforgettable. However, the stress of filming took a toll on Bruce, and by 1988, he had to be hospitalized due to exhaustion. Still, his work on Moonlighting cemented his place as one of the brightest stars on television. Unexpected success, from music to action. Hero. In January 1987, Bruce shocked everyone by releasing an album, The Return of Bruno. The album, which blended rock and soul, went gold and hit number 2 in the UK, proving that Bruce was more than just a TV star. The success of his music career highlighted a different side of him, a boldness and willingness to take risks that went beyond the confines of acting. But it wasn't long before Bruce's biggest challenge awaited him. After Moonlighting ended in 1989, Bruce transitioned from TV star to Hollywood leading man in Die Hard, an action film that changed the course of his career. Initially, no one expected much from the movie. However, Die Hard became a surprise hit, earning over $140 million worldwide and turning Bruce into a full-blown action hero. His portrayal of John McClane, a regular guy stuck in an extraordinary situation, resonated with audiences and established him as a unique action star, someone who didn't need to be a superhero to captivate the world. Personal struggles amidst fame. Despite his rising fame, Bruce's personal life wasn't without complications. In 1987, he married actress Demi Moore in a spontaneous Las Vegas ceremony. The two had a whirlwind romance, and their relationship became one of Hollywood's most talked about couples. They had 3 daughters together, and for a time, it seemed like they had it all. But fame brought its own set of challenges. In 1998, after 11 years of marriage, Bruce and Demi separated, and their divorce was finalized in 2000. It was a costly and painful split, but Bruce remained close to his family, even after the divorce. Demi, in fact, played a significant role in supporting Bruce during his later health struggles, showing that love and friendship can transcend even the most difficult circumstances. Bruce's personal life was also marked by a few public controversies, including a paternity lawsuit in 1992 that hurt his image as a devoted father. However, he weathered these storms with resilience, and by the time he reached the 2000s, Bruce's career had reached new heights, career resurgence, and health challenges. In 1999, Bruce starred in The Sixth Sense, a film that took the world by surprise. His role as a child psychologist who learns a shocking truth about his own life earned him critical acclaim. Although he didn't receive an Oscar nomination, still the movie's success helped Bruce gain recognition as a serious actor, not just an action star. Following this, Bruce continued to explore diverse roles, taking on everything from gritty characters in Pulp Fiction to a more vulnerable role in 12 Monkeys. However, despite his continued success, Bruce's health began to decline. By the early 2000s, he was diagnosed with aphasia, a condition that affects speech and communication. In 2023, it was revealed that he was also battling frontotemporal dementia, a neurodegenerative disease that slowly took away his cognitive abilities. A new chapter, moving into care. In August 2025, Bruce's family made the difficult decision to move him into a care home, ensuring that he received the best possible care during this challenging time. The decision was a heartbreaking one, especially for his family who had spent years supporting him through his diagnosis. Bruce's health decline was a stark reminder that even the most iconic action heroes are not invincible. Despite the challenges, Bruce's legacy lives on. He will always be remembered for his iconic roles, his boldness, and his humanity. His career spanned decades, and his personal story resonates with people around the world. From his early days as an actor battling a stutter to Becoming one of Hollywood's most beloved stars, Bruce Willis's journey was one of resilience, creativity, and grit. Even in the face of his diagnosis, Bruce's story serves as an inspiration to many. His journey, filled with highs and lows, reminds us that strength isn't just about physical feats or on-screen heroics, it's about facing life's toughest battles with courage and grace.